done by the automation code. It's just taking that which line of code I have to execute. And for that, the code is actual code is where it is written. So you see here. So just high level things that how it is going to work. So basically it executes the feature file, but behind the scene, actual automation code is running. Same thing it is repeating here. So how to write that the feature name, scenario, test case name, then given when, then. So normally, and is something like continuation of that. Even multiple givens you want, then you can put A and D and D and D. That's it. It is some real example you see here that mathematical operation. One more thing. This is called tags. Means in scenario, over the feature file also you can have tag. Over the test cases also you can have tag. So tags are very, very important if you want to go with the batch execution things. So suppose that you have put the tag as daily. Some test case you want to execute daily to test that high level test cases are working, means your application is working. So those tags you can put here. OK, so tags are started with @ symbol for your information. So this is very important. And suppose that you want to execute only particular tags test cases. So there is a way in execution side where you can implement that a particular tag one will be executed. If you want to use the unique one, so put the unique tag. OK. You see here, Gherkin file is saved with whatever the name you can give, but the extension should be feature. Every feature file stands for one test case. It's not necessary. You can have more than one test case as well. The minimum one test case is needed. The test case converted into Gherkin and is saved into .feature extension. Yes, file extension it is saying. But to understand this, we need a plugin. I'll show you the setup part, then should be okay. So feature file, what is a feature file? Feature file is basically a human understandable plain English languages, which we have to follow some of the syntax, and then a manual test case contributor can also contribute here. So what is a scenario? So scenario is a test case. So again, they are highlighting the same thing, like what you will put here. Preconditions things in the given, actions things with what user has taken action, like user has entered username, password, clicked on sign in button. So those all three will be covered in the when section. And what you want to achieve in this test case, suppose that you want to test the successful login. So those kind of things you can verify in the then section. Given is precondition, like application is open, URL is open, login page is open. So those kind of things you can put in the given section. And is the continuation. I have already told you, if you have multiple given, then instead of writing given multiple times, you can write A and D. If you have multiple when, then the first when, after that A and D kind of things. This is the comment. And there is some parameterization. So parameterization, it means suppose that you have one test case, but you want to test with multiple sets of data. Say that you want to create 10 users. Consider one example. So you don't need to write test case multiple times for execution. You can write one test case with the 10 sets of data. So there is a way of writing. We call it scenario outline. So normal scenario is something, one test case, scenario outline when you are using. So we will assume that the same test case is having more than one set of data where you are parameterizing your test case. So parameterization, you can see in this line number, we have used parameterization. So there is a way of parameterization, angular bracket, the heading name. This is a heading name. You can see here from it is coming from here. And then angular bracket is closed. Then this single quotes, double quotes you can use here. So what it will do when it will execute for the first time, it will pick this line. This test case will execute 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Okay, so this will consider as a heading, and the data 1, 2, 3, 4 rows are there. So this case is going to execute for the 4 times, and instead of this keyword, it will pick the data from here every time. First time it will pick this data, second time this will pick this data, third time this will pick this data, fourth time this will pick this. So you can have like in a single test case, multiple columns also you can put, and multiple test data you can create over here. So it is a very basic example here. Means it has only one column, but there is no limitation. You can have complete Excel kind of things you can put over here in the same format. And for there are some syntax. Now introduction of the pipe symbol. So what is the pipe symbol here? When you are completing with the uh, scenario outline and example. So you just remember one thing when you are going for the scenario outline. So scenario outline mandatory is like you should have this keyword examples. It means parameterization. And then you have to have one heading, and then that heading should be used in this way. So this is a way of configuration. So I told you that even it is a plain English language, but some syntax you have to follow. So this is a called of like parameterization of this. Okay. So Cucumber file, feature file, we are parameterizing like one test case with multiple sets of data. So just remember first line is heading. So you can ignore this one, but how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to execute for the 4 times. And this is something you can see here. This and this is like something confusing. So this is called like scenario outline with examples. It means your one test case will execute for the multiple times. Now there is a new topic called data tables. Data tables is something like you one step. Suppose that in one step you have to fill a form in a page, but you don't have multiple sets of data. It means in a form you have multiple fields to fill up. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to create a data table in a single step, not with the examples. It's a in the step level. So you see here that I have created this thing, this line, and after that I put the pipe symbol. So pipe symbol is also used here in the examples as well, and pipe symbol is also used in the data table as well. So in data table, what it does, it is normally used for one line. Okay, with same form kind of thing. Suppose that you have a form and it has username or like first name, second name, email ID, phone number, lot of fields will be there. So how you are going to like, you don't need to write multiple steps over there. You just need to pass multiple sets of data in a single step. This is called like minimization of the code, manual test cases as well. So this is a way of writing where you can pass in a single line. So this is called data table. So data table is also very important for Cucumber things. So if you are going for the interview also, so the interviewer will must ask this question: what is the difference between scenario outline, and data table? Okay, so this kind of like questions will be there. Can we use data table with scenario outline? Can we use data table with scenario? So answer is yes. Everywhere it can be used. It's just about one step. Okay, so no worries. So you can see here, this is a very basic test case they have given here. And one was the parameterization with the scenario outline. One is like single parameterization. Single parameterization, you can just use without angular bracket because there is no table coming, but we are passing the data over here in a single line. So just have a look, otherwise you will be confused. This is scenario outline. So there is a way of writing where heading we are passing it from here. One is data table. A data table, you are passing multiple data to the single step, means form filling data kind of thing you can pass. Third thing is in a single line, if you want to parameterize instead of like something which you want to pass from the feature file. So instead of passing from the data table or those things, you can pass directly from here as well. In the double quotes, you just pass these things. You can pass number, you can pass a string, anything you want, you can pass over here. So you see here what it is doing when I add something, I am passing in the double quote. So means for accepting this, there will be a variable kind of things in the TDD part, which I will may show in the demo section. Just high level things means you are going through here. So this is the single parameterization. You see here, just I'm passing the parameter here in the test step level. You see here, this is also parameter, this is also parameter, this is also a parameter. So how does it make a difference when passing in the double quotes or without double quotes? So without double quotes is a static text. And this is called a dynamic thing. Dynamic things means you can change it multiple times upon your wish. So it is talking about variables. So variables, like when you are going through the actual step definition, means a step definition called TDD part, where you are writing the actual automation code. So we are technically calling it step definitions. And normally the feature file is called steps. And the step definition is like automation codes. Okay. So what you have to do, we have to like pass something from the here, and in the automation code, you can capture those values in some variables and you can use this in your steps. It is saying that, and then you don't need to use these things, pipe symbol or whatever it is like. Some guidelines it is giving. It's okay. You can ignore that. It's okay. Gherkin standards. So G should be uppercase. W should be uppercase. Some are the what you call case sensitive. It's a guidelines given over there. Every line start with uppercase. This is a guideline. It's not a mandatory law, a mandatory thing. It's up to you. Lot of guidelines. This PPT will be shared among all of the like people who have joined this webinar, so that you can have a detailed look over there. You can see here what makes a good feature file. Means it's a guideline kind of things, that how to write good feature file. So you can go through those things. It's okay. What makes a bad feature file? Means very long sentence you are writing, repetitive sentences you are writing, scenarios you are repeating. You are writing like multiple scenarios and the goal is same. So better to reduce it in a single scenario using scenario outline. Never ending a story kind of thing, or like long comments you are writing. So this kind of things you should avoid. And now I'm coming to the demo part. So demo part is like what are the mandatory things for Cucumber setup, and then I will go through some of the demo part. So first we need Java in my system. So let's take the Java is there or not. When you have a computer, you can go and check your C drive. And C drive, you have your program files. You go and check the Java is there. So in my system, you can see Java is already there. So that is the mandatory requirement. Java should be there because we are going to use Cucumber Java. That is one thing. Second thing, like you can check you have a Maven or not. You can check here. I have Maven or not. If it is not there, then I have to download and get it. See here. Here. Project location I have kept. You can see here. Users. Rajiv. Project. So I have kept the Maven over there. So you should have like Maven. It should be in your system. Even it is not there, it's not mandatory. Means like Eclipse or IntelliJ, it's automatic covering with Maven. So this Maven is like command line Maven. And this is used by some of the automation, like you are having some level, then you will be start using it. Otherwise, it will be very like high level thing for you that how to use this Maven. So this is one requirement. Means first is Java. You should have Maven, and third thing, you should have some kind of IDE. So for your demo purpose, I will be using IntelliJ. You can see here, I have a IDE, that's IntelliJ. What you have to do, you have to go setup part I'm covering first, new project, and then you can take it from like here, Maven project. You see here, you just go through the Maven project, and then you can click on next. So this is option is there. If you want to use this template, you can use this. Otherwise, you can ignore this. If this template you don't want, you can ignore. If you want to use from this template, then you can choose from archetype. Archetype is a template kind of thing. And name of the project it is asking. So I'm giving CUCUMBER cucumber BDD demo. Okay. Let's put project name. First letter should be capital. So you see here which location it is going to create. Location, if I want, I can change it. Should be okay. Project. So in this location and this project name. So this is like artifact ID. Artifact ID is basically project name, if you know. And this is something by default package name. So let it be like that. It's okay. Click on finish. So this is a Maven project. So in Maven project, you will get some XML file, pom.xml file, if you remember. Okay. So what you have to do in your pom.xml file, first step is like setup part I'm covering. So you have to go to here. After properties, whatever it will come, it go there. So this is information about the project, means what information I have given, same information will be covered here. So artifact ID is project name. This is the package name. And this is something version. So versions thing you can ignore it. This is something very high level for you. So you can just ignore it. It's okay. You should focus on artifact ID and package name. So in there, you have to define the dependencies for the cucumber. Okay. So what you have to do? Angular bracket over here and start dependency. See here, dependencies. So this is starting of dependencies and ending of the dependencies. You can see. So inside that we will be having all the dependencies like cucumber, what you call Selenium. Any dependencies you want, you can put all the dependencies. And how to put the dependency syntax, that I will guide you. But up to here, it's very important. You should be knowing this is called project setup. And now I'm going to do the setup for the cucumber things. Maven cucumber dependency. You see here, ambient repository, if you know, that is a very good site. And you have to go to this site and then you start downloading from there. So this is ambient repository. It's a Maven central repository, you can say, where everything is present over there. You can download it from there. So first is like Cucumber Java. I have to go to that. So let's go there. I'm opening this. So first you have to check when it was lastly published. So this is not the correct one. You see here, home InfoCubes Cucumber Java. So this is not the correct version I'm looking, because date you can see November 2019. So I have to go to the latest one. It means this is not the right package I'm using. So io.cucumber is the new one. So I will go with the this one you see here. MBN repository, this one. So first is Cucumber JVM. You can see here, this is coming from io.cucumber. So this Cucumber Java, Cucumber JUnit you can ignore. It's not mandatory. This is needed, Cucumber core. Pico container also needed. You can use it. Gherkin language also needed. This is not mandatory. Cucumber Java is okay. It's something like lambda syntax will be there. So some people are not comfortable in lambda kind of thing. So I'm just looking for the important thing like Cucumber JVM is okay. Let's see. So first is Cucumber Java. I'm going through that. So June 2022. So what you have to do, you have to look for the most stable one. So usage wise, you can find that the which one is the most stable in the recent one. So this is 17, this is 14, this is 29. So what you can do, you can go to this. Just I'm right clicking and opening in the separate repository and I'm copying it from here. So you just need to click here. So it is saying that copy on the clipboard. And once it is copied, you come here. And just paste it. Save it. Once you started saving, you can see it's starting downloading. Okay. And here external libraries, it will start coming. I will show you how to configure it. I just need to first keep the main thing. Just note down the version 7.3.4. So once you are using Cucumber, so you should keep all the versions as the same. This is like Cucumber Java. It is needed. I downloaded it. Again, I am going there. This is done. Cucumber Java is done. Second thing is JUnit, not needed. Cucumber core you can keep. So let me do that. Same version I will take 7.3.4. Just clicking. So first, see under dependencies we have dependency. Okay. So one dependency. This is second one. So we have to keep like this. See here. io.cucumber, Cucumber Java, Cucumber core. Again going there. So this is also done. Pico container. You should use this. Very important. Means like suppose that you have one file and there is another file and you want to share data among different files. So Pico container is a Cucumber feature which you will be using for sharing data. So copy this, come here. So you can see some of the things are coming in red. Means still setup is not done for that. It's okay. I just keeping it. At last in a single go, I will do the setup. So Pico container also completed. Now Gherkin part. So you can use it based on the uses. It's okay. This is not having like common things. So when you don't use it, that is also okay. But let's keep it. It's okay. It's a 0, it's a 3, 3, 3. So recently, like this is the stable one. Then again coming here. Just remember that you have to use this package io.cucumber, not info.cux. That is the older one. Java 8 you can ignore because I have already taken Java. So either Java or Java 8, anything is okay. Now this is very important because we are going to use Cucumber JUnit. So this is the either JUnit or test engine. Any one should be there. So you have to use like either JUnit or testng. So it's better to use testng, I would suggest. The same version. And then again, testng part is done. Then this thing is not needed, this is also not needed, this is also not needed. It's almost we are completed. Okay, now come here in the setup part. So see here, this is Maven things, and this is something reload all the Maven projects. So just click here, it will start downloading the things here in a single go. And meanwhile, you can also check here external libraries. It will keep on coming the things which is downloaded one by one. You can see here, right? Maven things are coming here now. So it is sync here, and the red symbols are gone. So one more thing you have to do means this is something refreshment and reloading of the project is done. You expand this one and life cycle is there. You just need to perform clean and install. So clean part we have already done, and then we have to do install part. So you see here build success is coming. It means everything is ready. And now you can close this expansion. It's not needed anymore. So now we have a basic project structure. You can see this is a Maven project, and we have done the setup. So this is by default you will get main Java and so src Java, test Java you can see here. So normally you will write everything under test Java, and supported files are there, so you can keep under main Java and main resources. But mostly we are dealing as a test case automation test case writer. We will be dealing with this section. So under test Java, you can go there and start writing. You can just write feature file first, and then you can start writing. So before writing feature file, one more work has to be done that I have to cover. Means plugin things. Okay, because this is the first time done the setup. So Cucumber plugin is not there. And this is just a one-time activity, not for every project you have to do. These things you have to do for every project. Means it's a project thing requirements. That's okay. And one is like global setting, that is plugin. Plugin, how to do that? You see a file, and you can see here some kind of settings is there. And here you will see some plugin section. Can see your plugin, right? And just in the plugin section, you go and type here Cucumber. So it is saying that Cucumber Java, it already installed. And one is like Gherkin. So Gherkin is also installed here. If it is not installed, you can install it from here. Can see here, right? So this is already done. So once that is done, so what we have to do, you have to write one simple feature file, and feature file you can write here. I will show you in the src test Java. You can create a folder over here in the test. So how to create a folder? Just right click on that, new folder directory. Just giving a name called features. You can see here features folder is created, and under that I'm going to create a new file. So it is asking that how to open this file. So I have to associate with some of the extension. So It is asking for the extension, but by default it should automatically take. Open matching text as text auto detect content. Okay, it's not detecting. Let me do it. Just right click, open with Explorer. New file abc.feature. Yeah, now it is coming. You see here, this logo will be coming over here because of plugins. If plugins is not there, you will see this logo is missing. So once this is logo is coming, so you can consider that your setup is done properly and now it is ready for the execution things. So what do you have to do? Means since feature file is for everyone, automation, test case writer, even for developer also, the feature files they can write. Okay. So just a plain English kind of things, and I will go through that and how to implement. I'll show you. Later on, I will show we can implement it with Cucumber and Selenium as well. Sorry, Cucumber can be implemented with Selenium. So Selenium part I have not covered so far. I just giving a demo how to use Cucumber things. So first step is that write a feature keyword. If you remember, the F should be capital and just like that. Demo feature file. So I come, I can put steps, and after feature you can put some description. It's called description. Okay, means you can put a number of lines over after that, but this is mandatory. This you can put some of the informating sentences you can put over here, and after that from here you can start like some scenario. You see here scenario outline template we are not using. Scenario and scenario outline you will be seeing everywhere people are using. So just without a space it should be there. Just remember this thing. And after that, demo is or that's add. Okay. So after scenario, even you can start from here, even you can put some space. So it's a continuation of same test case. So first is like space, station is open, then user enters first number as 1. Then you can continue when, or you can continue with the next A and D. Then sum of both number should be 6. Okay. Like basic test case I have written. And after that comes the step definition, how to write that. So you see here in the Java folder, you will create a package and there you can start writing the step definition file. New package. And write like this. Any name naming convention up to you. I'm just writing the steps. So this is a package I have created already. And inside that I have to create a Java file. It's Java class. ABC step. Relevant name I have given, since I have given the name as ABC feature. So for that only I am going to write. So I have given the same name ABC, and class name should be capital. So I am following it. You can see here. And what we have to do is very simple. Copy this, or you can see a bulb symbol is there. If you don't want to do that way, so you can use this way. Click Alt Enter or click here. Create a step definition. So where you want to create your step definition. Location. Which file? Since it is creating a new file, it's okay, but I will later on copy. And which pattern you want. So you can use Java. That would be better for you. Okay. So you see here, it has created a new step, but no worries. I can copy and delete this. This file is not needed. I will delete this file. It's okay. So now what we have manual test case, we have automation things like that. So you have to understand how we are going to map it. So see here, for one line we have created one automation steps, and inside this you can write your automation logic. So what it will do during runtime, it will look for where this keyword is there, and you see here on which pattern it is going to match. It is writing at the rate given, and this keyword is basically match here. Okay, so it is match here, and this is Java method. So actual code will be executed under this, but during runtime it will check where actual code is written. So this file will look for this file, and whatever the code it will found, it will execute. Say that I manually printed here welcome to application is opened. Run application. So one step is completed. Other steps also have to do. What I have to do? I have to go there, convert step to outline, no, not needed. I will just click here, Alt Enter. Create. Alt Enter is a shortcut. You can use this in IntelliJ IDEA, or you can click here, then you can use a step definition. And then it is asking new file or you have a file. So I have a file, I will click here. So it will again insert a new step over here. And you can see what is happening here. Application is open. See a second time what it happened, it is considering that you are going to pass some parameter. So for number, you don't need to pass in double quotes. That is also one information to you. What you have to do, it will automatically generate this. So you don't need to worry. And here you have to accept some integer number. So in class level, you can define int sum equal to 0. Just I have taken. Then the first number is there. So you can put here sum equal to sum plus. Why I have written in the top? Because this variable will be taken in the multiple steps. So I have to put out somewhere so that multiple steps can share this. arg0, I will test here. After completion of this step, this variable will be added here. So initial value was 0, and now new value is added. You can see here. Now second number I am going to add here. Again for the same I will create here, create a step definition. It's very interesting as well, means one by one you will see. You will find it very interesting. You can see it. Same pattern is following. Whatever the English text you have written, same will be covering, and this will be taken as an parameterization. So this is considered it as parameterization. Every time you will pass the value and you will change this value and you will check the stress case was working fine. You can see here. So this also it is generating, you see here, without a spacing it is generating capital small cases. So you can have a look that how it is going to work. And here I will put same syntax, sum is equal to sum plus, let's take it as a 1. At first this was arg0, it was added, then second was whatever the value was there, it is again adding, and finally I have to compare. So this sum should be equal to this. So let's design a test steps for this. If bulb is not coming, then you can press Alt Enter. So now you can use total, and there you can use testng assertion because we already have testng. So I'm assuming that you know testng assertions. So assured things you can use. That equals this total. Then we have sum, and then we have message. What it will do, it will take 1 5 and it will add it, it will keep here in sum, and it actual I'm passing here 6, and then it is validating, you can see here. And very interesting thing, like if you want to execute, so first save it and just right click over there in the feature file, and you see here run feature.abc, it is coming like that. So once you click here, it will automatically map to this and it will try to execute here. You see here, first the message is printed, application is open, and after that in the second step I didn't print anything. In the third step also I didn't print anything, and in the fourth step I am doing the verification. So its verification is done and it is successful. So it is successful, it is saying that pass. You can see here it is pass. So let's check whether it is working fine or not. I put it 7. Okay. So I'm expecting 1 plus 5 should be 7, but actually it is coming as a different number, and then this error message will be printed because this will fail and this error message will be printed. So let's run it again. Right click. So you see here step failed. Why failed? Java.lang assertion error found not equal. So what message I given, that is coming expected is 6 but actual is 7. So I'm expecting here 6. This is actual, it is coming here. So it's not matching. So that's why it is failing. So same way you can parameterize it, say that I'm passing here 100, I am passing here. So it's beauty of this, it's parameterization. I can just change it and I can test it. So whether it is working fine or not. So let's right click and run it. So you can see here, this time it is working fine. So it will come like this. One scenario, 4 steps. Yes. See, my automation script is completed. So what I can do, I can design in a different way. Let's copy this. Now I'm going with the scenario outline. Is expecting that put examples. Okay, value 1, value 2, then pipe symbol, then sum. Now just control D, control D, control D. And here you can change the value 100, there 200, and there I'm saying that 300. This is something like 500. This is something 600. This is something 1100. Something 400. This is something 200. This is something 800 I'm putting. And what we have to do, once you are writing done, just right click and format it. Or you can select and format it. It is code formatting is where it is here, right? Formatting. Control plus shift plus save. I will remember. Reformat L. Control Alt L. What it will do? It will format like this. Means the beautification is done. So just select all and do code Control Alt L. You see here formatting is done like this, and I have to parameterize this. So what I will do? I will take this, the angular bracket I will put. In the same test cases, I'm having one is like one line parameter. This is called scenario outline. Means same test case. One test case I have written with multiple sets of data. So this is going to fail. Other test case will be passed, and my steps will work the same. Same steps will be. You see whatever the steps I have written. Control Alt L. Same steps will be working fine. If I come here and right click and execute, run feature.abc. You see here how many test cases we executed and how many test cases pass and fail will be coming here. 4 scenarios. So how 4 scenarios? One scenario was there, I told you, and this is heading. You can ignore it. Other 3 times it will execute. So total 4 scenario it will be counted. 1 failed, 3 pass. Okay, and why it has failed? You can go and analyze. Assertion error. Found not equal, expected was 600, but coming as a 600, 800. You passed 800. So that's why it is failing. Okay. So this is something like basic of Cucumber's things. And one more thing is that you can have like a runner file, and where once you have the runner file, you can execute that runner file as well. So let's come to know about the runner file. Okay. Cucumber runner file is needed because sometimes you don't want to execute with feature file, and you have a kind of like so many test cases. So one by one you don't want to execute. So runner file will be coming into the picture for those things. It will support something like that you can go through them. So just I will go with the runner file, and I will like stop for today because like it's just a demo kind of thing. So something runner file is important, so that's why I'm covering it. So don't go with the J unit because like we are using Cucumber test engine. It's a JUnit thing. I don't want this. Cucumber test engine. This is the main thing you can see here. Copy this syntax. And in the steps level, this is a package. So you can create a separate package for that. Java, right click, new package. And here you can create a new class. So I have imported this Cucumber options things. These things as of now not needed. I'm removing this. Tags also not needed. So I'm removing this because I've not gone through the tags things. Yeah. Basically, it's a Cucumber options is annotation of the Cucumber. And I have to import this. The name should be test runner. So I already have this, so no need of this. Some fixes I am doing here. As you see here, the name of the package is there. And two things I have imported is one is Cucumber options, which is at the rate Cucumber options annotations. And I have to provide two things. One is like where is my feature file and one where is my step definition. So feature file location is under src test features. So which is under src test. You don't need to write the whole path. You just give the name of that features. The name of the folder features. Okay. And the glue is steps, so which is under Java. So up to here don't need to write any path, but after that which is there you need to write the path. So my folder name is, just give the folder name, that's okay. It is what you call steps. If you know test engine, so you can do the other configurations here as well, but you can keep this file as a blank. This is just a runner class, okay. And what you have to do, you go through, right click here, and you can check here it is supported by test engine. So just run it and test whether it is running or not. So seems like I need to do some configurations. It is not supported. Fail to load. Defaulting no operation, MOP, logger implementations here. Illegal argument must steps. Okay, so this path is not correct. So it is asking for the path. Cucumber demo, then src. Test. Then this again I'm going to run it. Again it is showing some other error. src test feature. src. Yeah, this time it is working. So path should be correct. So path is src test. And I was putting the slash, so it is not recognizing. So src test features, the features folder name. Okay. And if you want, you can put the file name as well. It's up to you. Let's see if you have multiple files. So you can put one file name itself after slash. So that is also okay. Glue is something a step definition location. So step definition location is just under Java. So I put under the steps. That's it. And after that, when I'm executing, it is working. So either you can execute it by dot feature and either you can execute it by test runner. So test runner class is very important when you have to execute like entire suite and all such things. So that time it is really very helpful. Yeah, that's it for like today's demo. And if you have any questions, you can ask. Coming back to the main screen. Hey, Miss Host, is that Rishita? You there? Hello, Rishita.
Yeah.
Rishita, cannot hear you. Over to you.
So guys, we are unmuting you for the question answer round. So in case you have any of the questions, you can ask. Just a moment, we are unmuting you.
Anyone has any query regarding like Cucumber? It was just basic level. So there are a lot of things in the Cucumber. Means I have tried to cover some of the basic things and why it is important and how you can contribute in the Cucumber things. So how your automation code writer and like manual toast test case writer will like working in the same platform. What languages you will be using, what syntax you will be using, like basic things I have covered. So I hope it is really useful for like newcomers thing as well. And nowadays it's mandatory for me. I can say that as per my experience, it's mandatory for all of you.
Guys, you can ask your queries, whatever queries, if anybody is having.
So Raji, I have a question. Like, if we are using page object model and we want to migrate it to Cucumber, then how we can do that?
It's very simple. Every like Selenium things. Suppose that if you have used TestNG, so what you were doing, you were creating the objects and the TestNG methods, right? The TestNG methods were like single test case, but here we have divided it into multiple steps. So
Mm-hmm.
you can use in the same way. That's not a big deal. It's like just a division of one single test cases into multiple steps. So reusability is very high here in Cucumber, and that's the beauty of Cucumber. You can say no
Okay, so
impact from the page object model side. It's a way of writing is same here.
okay, all right, okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Is it online sessions or offline sessions if I need to enroll for this course?
Online only, I believe.
Online, right? Okay.
Yeah, but the recording and all such things will be available for entire lifetime. It's okay.
I
If
can
you
able
miss,
to download that recordings or I can.
you can coordinate with like the host part. I think it is available. You
Okay.
just need to have the link. It is available for downloads as well.
Okay.
Can we use a Maven in a Cypress?
Maven Cypress is different thing. Like it's not there. It's like it's you can say it's editor is also different. It's Visual Studio Code.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay.
Uh, Hello, I have two questions. One is, can we use this Cucumber for API testing?
Yes, yes.
API.
Yeah, can. Cucumber with Selenium, Cucumber with API testing, Cucumber with like mobile automation as well you can use. It's Cucumber is just a design pattern. What I told you, I never use any Selenium things over here, right? I just showed you the demo that how you can design your test cases. So it's just similar like advanced version of the test ng. And the test ng one method was there, which you were using like as a particular test case. But here one test case is divided into multiple steps so that reusability of that particular steps is very high. Means in every test case something is repeating, so you don't need to write every time. Instead of that, you can just use the steps. same steps. So reusability is very high in Cucumber, and like due to segregation, the maintenance is very easy. Means you have to just focus on one method during execution.
Okay.
How
Means we
the
can.
BDD is
Very popular.
better than the test-driven development?
BDD is
Hi,
like
Rajiv.
framework, and TDD is a part of BDD. It's like you cannot segregate it.
Okay, and one more question, in the feature file, if we want to pass multiple value after as, so is it possible?
Yeah, yeah. I told you that step definition scenario outline is there where you can use like that. I told you
Okay.
that one is one single line step parameterization, one is data table, and one is scenario outline. So three
Okay.
ways are there. So
So for as the as will be a differentiator, right, in this line.
yes, yes,
Okay, thank you.
welcome.
I have a question like I don't have Java experience and I don't have automation experience. So is there any specific prerequisite to enroll this
Yeah, yeah,
course?
yeah. For Cucumber, it's mandatory. It's like if you are using Cucumber Cypress also, so you should have some of the automation background because Cucumber is just a design pattern. You just understand this concept. Cucumber is not automation. It's just a design pattern like configuration designs, something similar advanced version of TestNG. Means what I can just tell you. But yeah,
Okay.
manual testers can also contribute. That's the beauty of that.
Yeah, sure.
For writing feature file, you can see it's a plain English language. Even you can ask like one person, guide him one day, and he will start writing the features file. Based on the user story, he will be converting all the user stories into the feature file. So that's beauty of that.
Sure. Yeah.
Sorry, one question. Today's example, you have hard coded the test data file. Can we pass those test data file from Excel or can we fetch
Yes,
from the
yes, yes,
database
yes.
table?
Yeah, yeah, yes, yes, you can do that. Everything is possible. So how you want to do that means I will just give a high level idea. You have the
Mhm.
test data file in a particular folder. You pass the
Correct.
name of that file as a parameterization. And later on, when your method is there, which is coming to handle the test data, you can handle the entire data over there. You just got the idea, right?
Okay, okay.
Just I am just saying that go and get the test data from this file. And I've given the file name. So that a step will cover everything. Means it will go and like integrate with the Excel thing. It will read the data from that Excel file and it will do everything itself.
Okay, you're saying it is in future file itself we can call
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
test
yeah,
data
yeah,
file.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay, got it. Thank you.
yeah.
I have one question. If we are using test-ng, we can call the Excel sheet. But if we are using JUnit,
Same way you can use. But no one is using JUnit nowadays, so you can ignore that part. Everyone using Cucumber test ng only.
okay. But for the ID, test-ng will support proper. But for Eclipse, if my company going to use, then
Yeah, they will also use like Cucumber test ng.
okay, Eclipse with test-ng we can go with.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Cucumber comes with two flavor. One is test ng, one is JUnit. So you go with the J test ng only. That's what I can suggest.
Okay.
Hey Rajiv, this is Stephen. I have a question. So Cucumber follows BDD, right? Behavior driven. So
Mhm.
we have other tools also like Karate, which partially adapts BDD, and also Serenity is there, which
Mhm.
adapts BDD. So how are these three different now?
So languages are different. Say that you are going with the behave. So you can use Python, Cucumber Python, right? So that is called behave. So that's the same, like it's a different languages you are using. Means I am talking about Cucumber Java, so that's the focus like Cucumber Java. But we are using Cucumber Python, so we call it like behave framework, Cucumber behave. Okay.
Okay,
So every
okay.
like there
And I
it's
have one more.
Cucumber. See one thing, Cucumber is just a design pattern. Everywhere it is used, it just supported the design of the test cases. Yes, it is nothing related to automation script. Just focus on that part. It's like even an automation test, or you are like your developer, you can use Cucumber. So Cucumber is everywhere, you can say.
Okay, okay, got it. And I have one pointer towards the examples. Um, uh, so you have used multiple examples in scenario outline, right? So you have parameterized them as part of given when then lines. So
Correct.
can we do that as part of scenario outline name also?
Where? In line number? Here you are talking about?
Line number 13,
Yeah, here also you can parameterize. It's possible.
line number 6 or
Yeah,
13.
you can put it. It's in the angular bracket. So what it will do, it will publish the name. Like you can pass the test case name over there. Yeah. So it will come the name like this. You can put it. It's possible. You're talking about the
Okay.
name, right? This name should be changed like test case 1,
Yes,
test case 2.
yes, yes,
So that also you can
exactly.
do over here. It's possible. Means you can add angular bracket and it will during runtime it will show you test case 1, test case 2, test case 3 as well. Yeah, that is possible.
Okay,
What
got it.
is the
And
main difference between a scenario and like a scenario outline?
See, scenario is like one test case. Okay. And
Okay.
same like you are using to test multiple sets of data, one test case. Then you
Okay,
have
so
to go
like
to,
both the things we can pass together.
yeah. So that's why I have given it in the same page, same example kind of thing. Test case is
Okay,
same
so
and the way of writing just changes, syntax changes.
syntax. And so like what will be the syntax? First of all, the scenario outline will call or a scenario thing.
See, it is like top to down. This way it will execute. You, if you have a feature file, so it will always execute this test case first. Then this will execute this test case.
Okay, and can we also have multiple scenario outlines?
Yeah, can have in a test case, sorry, in a feature file, you can have a number of scenario and scenario outlines, combination of both, as there is no
Okay.
limitation.
Hey Rajiv, I have one question. Shall I proceed?
Yeah, you can.
With Cucumber, it generates reports, right?
Yeah,
It generates reports with stepwise. So, say for example, a report will be a step will be generated for a step if an exception is caught.
correct.
So, what if I handle that? What if I handle that exception? It
Mm-hmm.
will not throw any failure.
Understand.
So what should I do in that cases if I want to forcefully uh, if I want to forcefully throw it as a failure?
Then use assertion, no? That's better. Or you can use try with without catch.
I don't want to stop the execution at that particular point. I still want to proceed with
You
my
see, you
execution.
want to,
And
you don't want to stop the execution of your test case or the entire suite.
I mean the test case as well.
So test case, like if you are throwing some exception and you are catching that, then it will be a comment kind of thing. That's okay. In the catch block, it will be handled as a comment. And later on, after that, your execution will be completed. If you are using try catch.
Yeah.
So
The problem that I see is we can have the log report clearly, but it will still not display as a failure in the report, right? As a under a Cucumber.
that's why don't use like try catch there. Use assertions.
Okay. Okay.
So you have heard about soft assertions in test engine.
Yes. 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 Correct. Yep.
Try to use that. That would be better. Means like your test case will never get fail in the that step. It will be last. You put the assert all, then there it will be catch all the things and it will display. That would be better for that in that scenario.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Rashid.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi, Rajiv.
Rajiv, in the dependencies, you used Cucumber Pico container, right? Can
Yeah,
you just catch up on that again?
it's a long topic. It's just high level things I
What
can
is
tell
that
you.
useful? You
Basically,
can
like
give me a high
yeah,
level
yeah,
idea.
just high level just I can give you. So suppose that there are multiple files, not single file I'm talking. Say that a number of files. So one file you have some output, and at last of the like some execution that is in the different file, you have to use that value. So what it will do in Java, like when class is loaded and it completed the execution, the values, whatever you in the memory, that is gone. So to avoid those kind of things, the Pico container was introduced to hold the value till the execution. So Pico container will be able to pass the value in a different files across the executions.
Okay.
Okay, otherwise the value will not be available. It will show some null pointer kind of thing.
Hi Raju, I have
Hi,
one
Rajiv.
question. Hello.
Yeah, can go ahead.
Yeah. So if I have the many features files and you said that Pico container we are using for that one features files output means any values and we need to pass to the other features file. So can we do means in Cucumber means is there any
It's not about feature file. First of all, the Pico container is like Java things. It's
Hmm.
integrated with Java. So
Okay.
you have a step definition. Suppose that one step is present in one file and
Hmm.
one step is present in other file. So when you are switching from one execution to another method, so file class, all such things is loaded and it's like killed as well in the background. So Pico container will act as a something like temporary container which will hold the value and then it will be available to your next class during execution of that particular method.
Okay.
That's the beauty of Pico container. Otherwise, say that you have like 5 steps and 5 steps are present in 5 different files. So you cannot share the data of first step to the last step without Pico container. If it is not the same file, just think of that scenario. If it is not the same file, that's what I'm saying. If it is different files, so you cannot share the data across different steps.
Hi, Rajiv. So
Yeah, yeah.
like if was in one feature file we have multiple scenario and I want to run only one scenario with the help of tags. So how to do that in Coco?
That is very easy. So I can guide you. Suppose that you want to use this particular one. Okay. So you put one tag like say that UNIQUE. Okay. So in the test runner, there is an option called tags. There you can call that particular one.
Okay. So can we add multiple tags under tags in test runner?
Yeah, that is also possible. If there is a
Oh,
syntax you have to learn, then you can use.
oh, okay, Rajiv. And one more question, like suppose I'm writing some Spring Boot application. So then for dependency, I have to add Cucumber Spring dependency also, right?
Yeah, you can see
Okay.
here if it is just your answer. I have implemented this tags and I executed this. It's executing only one scenario.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Rajiv. Yeah. Thank you.
So, but tags things you can use in test runner only. Okay. Yes, if you execute via this feature file, it won't work. So that's why like test runner class is coming to the picture for controlling the things of the execution.
Okay. Guys, we are running short of time. This webinar was scheduled till 9 only. So I know that some of your queries are unanswered. So you can, type your email addresses on the chat window and we'll respond to you definitely on your queries.
Okay.
So
For
guys,
my
yeah,
side,
yeah.
from my side, like thanks to all of you who have joined the session, and it was really like wonderful interaction with you all. For them, like highly thankful who have asked questions, queries, kind of things. Yeah, most welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rajiv, for the wonderful session. And thank you, everyone, for attending this session. We appreciate you being here. Every month, we are conducting such webinars. Follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook to get the latest updates on the upcoming webinars. And that's it from our side. You guys can, whosoever wants to ask any of the queries can, put your email IDs on the chat window We'll definitely going to answer your queries, and our video recordings you can access from our YouTube channel. The link has already been provided to you over the chat window. And guys, we have this on-spot offer which is going on for 10%. We have given you the coupon code also on the chat window. So people who wants to avail the offer, this is valid till 17th only. So can apply this coupon and go to our website, apply this coupon and can avail the offer. So thank you guys. Thank you for being here and attending the webinar.